Good morning, Pete here from Woodruff Grove. So today I'm doing soil blocks with my Swift blocker and doing tomatoes. And I've got some black beauties in here. I've got a couple other kinds here that are cherry tomatoes. They're, let's see. So I have black cherry and black beauties. And mostly these are the black cherries. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 of the black beauties of the big tomatoes, and these are all the cherry tomatoes. Didn't have enough to fill all the blocks, so I have 18 to go, and I have some old seed I'm going to try. But today, or yesterday, I received my my brass screen, and I'm using the brass screen for paper making. But I thought I'd take a small piece. It's a really fine mesh. Since I pre-soaked my seeds, how do you get the seeds out? And these are small seed. How do you get the seed out without dumping seed on the ground or losing seed or anything like that? So my idea is to take the seeds that are in here, put the screen over the top, dump the water out. This is a much finer screen than I had thought. The water is taking quite a long time to get out. So the goal is to have most of the seed. Allows me to pick the seeds off the screen, plant them in the planter here. I'm using an old pair of scissors, 1/2 of it, since they're scissors that come apart, as my well, maybe this will work good. Maybe not. Let me go back to my other tool that I was using earlier. Just a stick. Stick works well. Seed kind of sticks to the wood. They're damp seeds anyway. Just scrape them off and put them on. So I would recommend not such a fine mesh for this, because the water doesn't want to go through it readily. It might need to be washed to get any residue from manufacturing off of the screen to help open it up, so the water will go through the mesh better. But it was an idea. We'll investigate it further. Might need to get but I needed something that's gonna trap the seed and let the water through readily, and not kind of have the water float on top of the screen. I need the water to go right through the screen and no seeds to go through. This might even be too fine a mesh for my paper. Okay, so that's that for those. Still have seed here though. I need to plant. I do have more tomatoes to plant. But I am doing tomatoes in the field, not in the greenhouse. So all these are full. So now I need to get a little bit of dirt, put over the top. Hang on just a sec here. Stir up my dirt. It's already pre-dampened dirt. Partly a little too much. Mostly this is just garden dirt, or not garden dirt, potting soil without all the without all of the vermiculite and all that garbage in it. So most of these seeds are good here. I'm just gonna lightly coat the top. Some of this dirt does have some clay in it from my actual soil that I have that I'm growing in. So I was trying to see if that might help my potting, so my block soil, make it a little bit better, make it a little easier to use, whatever. But too much clay. We have a lot of clay, high clay content here. And just got to deal with it. So there's that. And let's see how easy this one comes out. Last one wasn't so easy coming out. Okay, that one's all right. That one's all right. So what I had to do to help make it work, that one's kind of falling apart there. It's all right. What I had to do to kind of make it work was in between making blocks, I have to rinse my blocker. There's just no way around that. Gotta rinse the blocker. So that's about where that's at. So there's a thing here. So let's label. So we're gonna go Black Beauty. So the first 8 here. And then black cherry. Black cherry is pretty much the rest except the last 3 rows up here. So Abe and Big Red mix. So that's a mix, and these are regular size. All these ones are the cherry tomatoes, and I've got a whole bunch of cherry tomatoes for the next one. So we're going to go ahead and get started on that. They're going to be yellow, woolly Kate yellow cherry tomatoes will be my entire next block. So we'll be back after I rinse everything, and let's get started on this one. Get the bucket, loosen it all up, and then just plunk it in. Okay, so there's that. And I'm going to take the top. Press it a little bit. Create a couple minor indentations. You know, somebody could go along and add a little bit more depth if they wanted to, but might not be a bad idea. Press down just a little bit. See how it's going. I had one of my soil block bok choys decided it was going to bolt, and it's only about 2 inches tall. That's kind of odd, but I did start them early, and so they were actually up but not really growing for almost 2 months before I got them in the ground. And I am not using a greenhouse, so that's kind of how that went. So maybe there's kind of like a time delay or something in the plant for bolting. So we shall see. So not sure if I want to use the rest of these old seeds. So, I'm going to try something a little different. So this time I made a little dish. And that worked great. Water ran out and caught all the seeds. Perfect. Couldn't ask for a better scenario. Now it's just an arduous job of putting these in one at a time. So we'll be back. Okay, now that I've planted the tomatoes, now that they're planted, I'm going to do this one more time here. Have enough to do another soil block. That'll be a total of 5 so far. Soil's wet. Seeds have pre-soaked for 24 hours, so they're wet. Don't need to like heavily water in anything at the moment. And I did rinse off the blocker to make taking it all apart easier. Make sure I don't have too much on here, so I'm just lightly some of that back off. Nice clean surface. And one more time here, we put the soil blocker on. Give a little press and then lift it up. And now I have nice, neat soil blocks. And, so now to label. Woolly Kate Yellow Cherry. And that's what's all in this. It's a lot of plants. If I don't plant them all, I'll be selling them. Selling starts for like $1 a piece or 50 cents a piece or whatever. Anyway, that's it. I'm gonna block it up here. I need to figure out what else I'm gonna block so I can use the rest of the tomatoes and have room for other stuff. I have some melon seeds, but I'm not sure if they're going to grow because they're old. So anyway, talk to y'all later.